welcome to Lesson 20 of Speed Puzzling 101 Tips and Tricks. Quick speed puzzling lessons in usually under 10 minutes. Today's lesson is on building up strength and dexterity in your non-dominant hand. As a disclaimer, everyone has different capabilities when it comes to their non-dominant hand. For some people, you will develop skills and strength much quicker, and for others, it will take a bit longer. Go at your own pace, but keep working at it. Progress takes time. Today's lesson builds on Lesson 3, which showed some introductory approaches to using your non-dominant hand. However, that lesson focused more on using the hand as an aid and not so much as a dominant tool. As we are still near the start of 2026, it may be a goal for some of you to improve your abilities with your non-dominant hand. I know for me it is. But there is more to it than just using your opposite hand every so often to complete a puzzle. You need to essentially retrain your brain to think that using your non-dominant hand is just a normal thing. So for today's lesson, I will be showing some approaches on how to build up your strength and dexterity with your non-dominant hand. The tools you use will vary depending on what you have available, but most things are adaptable. So for today, I will be demonstrating strategies using the following tools: a 500-piece puzzle, a smaller 100-piece puzzle, a stress ball, a grip strengthener, a pen and paper, and I'll include some everyday reminders and approaches. So, to start off with the most obvious, you need to practice doing puzzles with your non-dominant hand. This will help with the dexterity, of course, but it is also just good puzzle practice. You'll see a lot of advice that says to focus on your non-dominant hand after the flip is done using two hands, but I disagree. Do the flip with only your non-dominant hand, because this is when you are focusing on pure speed. This is going to improve your dexterity much quicker as well. To add to the difficulty as you get better and faster, try picking up edge pieces as you are flipping them and palming them. You may only be able to keep 2 or 3 in your hand at first, but over time that will build up to a similar maximum as your dominant hand. For instance, I can get up to about 10 edge pieces comfortably in my right hand and keep flipping, while the left hand is only at about 6 or 7. From then, keep assembling the puzzle using your non-dominant hand only. I sometimes forget, so I wear a long sleeve shirt and tie off the end to my right hand so it can't be used, or I'll not put my arm down the sleeve at all. I also track my times and make notes with different strategies, so for a left-handed attempt, I'll make a note of that and compare the time with 2 hands, or even try the puzzle with only my right hand. The goal is to limit the time difference between all the methods. The more you practice, the more you will see the time differences get smaller and smaller. Next is using a smaller piece count puzzle. Here is one of the 99-piece puzzles by Ravensburger. A quick bit of practice that you can easily do while doing something else, like watching the other videos on this channel perhaps. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any. The 99-piece puzzle works the same. It does have slightly larger pieces, but this will also help build up dexterity with different shapes. Remember that while most puzzle competitions might be a standard Ravensburger, a circle puzzle can show up at any time, and they have larger pieces, so you need to be able to manipulate those in both hands as well. And if you're not going to major competitions like a national competition or worlds, you will get different brands which will have different piece sizes, so it's important to keep practicing all different shape sizes. But beyond just doing puzzles, we can work on building up our non-dominant hand strength and dexterity in other ways, as we might not always have time to sit and do a puzzle, or just want to do something else. Therefore, I suggest strength-building tools like stress balls and grip strengtheners. Both are relatively cheap tools to purchase. Stress balls and grip strengtheners are all about resistance. The slower you squeeze the object and the slower you release, the more you're going to be building up that muscle. I tend to keep one of these on beside the bed, so if I'm scrolling on my phone or watching TV or something, I can get some practice in. And then I may keep the other one near the TV or in the car when I'm not driving. No time wasted. Using these on a regular basis will help with the hand strength and stamina. As you build up the hand muscles, you're less likely to get a hand cramp while puzzling. Now, while it may not be too much of an issue with a 500-piece puzzle, in the longer pairs, teams, and marathon competitions, this is something that may come up. Next, if you really want to get that strength and dexterity up in your non-dominant hand, work on writing with it. Using a pen or any writing utensil really, write the letters of the alphabet. I tend to do a row of capital A's, then lowercase a's, then uppercase B's and lowercase b's. I'll do half a row printing and half a row in cursive. I can usually get through 8 or so letters before my hand starts to hurt and cramp, and I'll try to get through the entire alphabet in about 3 days. I won't show my writing right now, as I've taken some time off from this specific task, but I will keep this particular paper and come back in a month with a comparison video to compare the progress. I suggest you do the same. When I was teaching young students how to write, one of my favorite things to do was to save students' first piece of writing each school year and show it to them at the end. The jump in progress was always noticeable, and they were very happy about it. As adults, that sense of accomplishment shouldn't go away, so do the same for yourself. The more you work at it, the more you'll see the progress. Try it for a month and take a picture of the before and after, and message me the progress picture through my Instagram account, @CanadamPuzzle. Finally, just try to do everyday tasks using your non-dominant hand as the priority. It can be as easy as switching the hands that you use your knife and fork with, or picking up a spoon or a glass. As long as you aren't putting somebody else in danger, try whatever you can. If you're like a surgeon, maybe use the scalpel in your dominant hand, but for smaller daily tasks, see what you can do with your non-dominant hand. And if you want to do something else that really works, a musical instrument is also great practice. So from the time that you watch this video, try tracking your non-dominant hand practice over the course of the month and see what your progress is like. The more often you do a range of exercises, the more progress you will see. If you do this once a week, you're not going to see much progress. If it's daily, great. I'll check back in with this topic in a few weeks' time. If you have a suggestion on how others can improve their non-dominant hand strength and dexterity, please leave a comment below. That is it for this video. Click like if you found it useful. Leave a comment letting me know what you thought, and make sure to click subscribe so you can keep following along with everything that's posted on this channel. We have soared past the 600 subscriber mark, which I'm very, very grateful. My sights are now set on that elusive 1,000 subscriber milestone, which I hope to achieve in 2026. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for another lesson of Speed Puzzling 101 tips and tricks. As we approach the Speed Puzzle World Series taking place at the start of May, the lessons will start to focus a little bit more on training for that event. But that is it for now. Class dismissed, and until next time, as always, happy puzzling. Bye.